Interesting, interesting, very interesting. I've got nothing else to do, so I'm streaming. Hello, everyone. This is not the account we should be streaming on. I'm just using the AP here. And we're going to go and play KVK. I was going to be joined by 2 kittens today. Now, the title says no nudity, but that's not a promise. Just saying, well behaved. No, behind the door. It's Big John. Tom, what do you think of my hair and beard? Apart from superb. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow, so. Hey, Lord of Loss. I think sexual as well. I'm talking about my hair and beard. Sexual. Yeah, that's what Tom was saying. But he would, wouldn't he? Overactor. Alright, let's do some grinding. Grind now. It wasn't really news to break, was it? I mean, it was news to break when I had long hair. A long time ago. How long's yours, Lord of Loss? Come on, I want pictorial evidence. Don't think I've had a particularly long beard. How you pay Brazil is so if anyone's a rock connoisseur, they will know it's cheaper to buy when you visit Brazil than when you are staying in England. However, Lilith realised that. Cheers, Mosquito. Appreciate the subscription, my big friend Tig. Hey, Jake destroyed us last KVK. It was humiliating. How many kills did you get in the end? It was ridiculous, right? I think you broke the 100 million barrier quite easily, right? Anyway, so you go to Brazil to buy cheap rock stuff. It's not 1956, it's 2956. Yeah. But they've changed it. Now you need a Brazilian citizen card, unless you do it by Google Pay. Google Pay does not require that. These, I don't know how many stars. You must have 5 now? Yeah, it smashed us. Absolutely smashed us. What did you get in the end, Jake? I think you got, like, it was much more than 100, right? Okay, no, maybe not. But, no. Yeah. Yeah, you did quite well, I'll be completely honest. Oh, it's my man. Right. I'll tell you what. So, Tom and everyone, this Lord of Loss is the king of a different kingdom. 3-0. Well, I won't say in case he doesn't want to say it. He's just accepted Captain Chaos. Tom, what do people in our kingdom think of Captain Chaos? Jake, we tried. I don't think we fought hard. Like, my plan in Kingsland genuinely was to swarm every flag. I was like, I've got 115 million power. Fuck it, I'll swarm every flag. I'll take loads of deads. I'll be a hero. I tried to swarm the first flag. Every single march got KO'd on the, like, I would say on the way to the flag. It wasn't even close to the flag. Getting nearish to the flag. At which point I thought, I'd give it. What's the point? Like, I literally can't even touch the flag, let alone swarm it. And then when our rally hits, well, depressing. It's depressing beyond belief. Tell you what, active. We've got some good active guys we're trying to get rid of in 31. Well, we got rid of 3.5 billion power now, thanks in many ways to Mr. Mosquito. Still trying. They're very active. It's just a different kind of priorities. Oh my god, Jake, that you are well and truly crazy in LQ. very much outmatched. We tried our best, but it's fair to say our best wasn't good enough. Right, this KVK I'm struggling, obviously, because this is a free-to-play account. I think I've got 2 million kills, yeah, if that. Which is more than I thought I'd get in Zone 5. Because I'm really quite weak on this account. Got Big Boy Zoog with some decent stuff. With a 5551 Herman. Big Boy Woe with a 5115 Mad Luck. Joan, that's it. That's literally everything we got. No crystal tech, because I was doing everything economic first. No money spent. I think we're about 20 million crystals spent now. I'm not quite at your level of grind, Jake, but I'm trying my darndest. Oh, we're not even at 19 million. Oh, is the stream lagging? Bugger. Bugger! Huh. It says it's okay, but obviously you're not a liar. Oh, he's back again. So, Mr. Lord of Loss, who is the secret gentleman who accepted Captain. This is it. Like, if I was to say we're not going to destroy Captain's ult, he just did nothing for 3 KVKs, mate, and quoted the Bible a lot. I mean, okay. Cheers. Captain Stinkfuss. You destroyed us in Zone 5. God, why can't there be anyone here who I'm stronger than in any sense, like even in a fist fight? Just, oh yeah, we beat you. Is he yip yapping again? Oh, Captain, can you share me the stats? I bet to be honest, I could have thought more. It was Thursday, Friday, and unfortunately I had work to do. I fought harder than I thought I would. I took some deads. Like it's a really, with free to play, you gotta build up to it. But I think I took like 200k, 267. Some of the trades we got were atrocious. I spent most of my resources and everything though on healing to get my 38 million kill points or however. Yappings, we took Walking Dead on his city. Oh, the Fleisch Statszeit. Let's Fleisch. Fleisch Rockstar. Here we go. I think this is it. Yeah. So what's our KVK called? Our kingdom did really well, 3003. Like, some of the stats in this KVK have been pretty impressive so far. Some very strong kingdoms here. So this is C12459. 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 Oh, here we go, it's loaded. Oh wow, so our kingdom is actually the top kingdom so far. Theoretically. I mean, we lost the zone. Oh wait, no, we can't be top kingdom. We lost. It's only got fire and water, that's why I was gonna say. Hey, Lindsay, buddy, how you doing? No, we did really well as a kingdom. We smashed it. But Captain, I'll show Captain's stuff now. Sorry, it's Gonna make the stream really shy. I will, my friend. So we are against the Mad Lads. I think the official terminology dictates. Start on these guys. Captain is the leader of the Peacekeepers Alliance. Yourself, John Paul Jones, TSN Lambo, Choco Guinness. I mean, Insane Joke was mad. Coco Boy went mad. Trash Panda got me a few times. I think Sparrow Youth Trade got me a few times. You guys are. I mean, let's go and have a look at the KVK stats before we go and look at anything else. So myself, I must be like 7th or 8th, 100th. So Coco Boy's up here, then TSN. Paul Allen smashed it. Got Like and Arcane Dim went mental. But 1029, 3303 are the two headliners here. You're up high near the top, Mr. Stinkfest, as well, aren't you? That guy got me a lot. That guy got me most times. DJ was really strong. There we go, you're 30th. I mean, there have been a lot. I didn't know Lambo had lost so many. Lambo just swarmed every flag, though. Yeah. Here are the alliances in this KVK. You've got a visit from some heavy advanced voices, yeah. Oh, I was in most of the infantry flags that we were doing, and I was looking because I saw the guys be with max tech. He had pretty much max crit, iconic 5 level stuff. Not matter when you just get swarmed every single time. Some of the trades were abysmal. So 1029 are insanely strong. We're a really good kingdom, 3003. I've been very pleasantly surprised with us. Who else is good? 961 is, which is it? 1961 is super strong as well. Problem is, we got these guys, and these guys look super strong. They just didn't turn up. They just didn't turn up to the fight, did they? FN, what's FN? We got an FN alliance? Oh, Fate Nation. Jesus Christ. 7 stars. You'd love to see it. 1331. I have no idea where they are. They're in fire. Good. Fire are allies, so they must have smashed it, because there was one kingdom in fire, which I presume is them, went, and LC38, whoever they are, went a bit mad as well. It's a good KVK, this. Really strong, really nice people as well. These guys were okay. Better than I thought they'd be. Oh yeah, these guys were good. These guys are better than that looks. But fighting against Mr. Lambo, Mr. Stinkfust. It's like fighting you, Jake. Oh, Hell's Gate, 3052, we fought against them previously. Their kingdom fell apart after the KVK. I think so, yeah. 3052, yeah. I'm thinking, which one? Which one, Lord? Oh yeah, we're Mr. Rock Tom with the 5 gifted subs. Hopefully they go to my 5 best friends. We've got Aloys. Aloys the man here. Bobber T. Actually, these have gone to good people. I appreciate this. Thanks, Thomas. As always, you are magnanimous and generous. Did you succeed in... Hey, Viv, by the way, mate. Did you succeed in your Brazilian jaunt? I'm going to get a drink. Why not? Ah. So many lovely sounds. Cheers, Tommy. So we had my little niece round today, and I bet my girlfriend that she's only 1 year old. My niece, not my girlfriend. My girlfriend's 4. We bet that I could make her toys that didn't involve anything. So meet Tommy Tissue. Behind me, there's Barry Cup. She fucking loved Tommy Tissue the whole time, just playing with Tommy Tissue. I felt a great sense of pride that I'd managed to reduce child rearing to inanimate object. No nudity is boring, Seth. Open up your mind. There will be nudity. Yeah, I agree, Captain. I think this one could very easily go either way. My personal goal, I just want to get to 650. I'm not quite sure what my target is. If I can get better than that, I'll be happy. 650. I've got plenty of speeds. Like, I have speeds for days. I just don't have any resources. I've got a bit more than this, but not much more. So I'm kind of scuppered. And I've got no farms here, so yeah, it's going to be tough. Free-to-play life is not easy. Oh, show your toes. Seth, I'm in no way above that, as you know. Actually, in fact, I'm going to show my toes with such dedication. Can you do this? There we go. Not just rock knowledge, also sex. I should be able to get 20, like, I'll probably be able to get 100 million crystal spend. That's some... How many resources do I actually have? I think I'm okay on everything except gold, where I really don't have much. Probably got enough to get about 20 million kills, haven't I? As long as the Zone 7 fights are long and hard, which I'm sure they will be. Lord, my lord, no, here I'm a useless peon. A useless peon. This is kind of, I've been in 3 kingdoms with this account. I like this account being a traveller. I like going and meeting new people, seeing different kingdoms. So I'm probably going to stay in 3303 for 1 more KVK after this and then go somewhere else. I am the king in 31 though, with a gang. I can't be on. Yeah, I have farms ready to bring over, obviously. I'll see if I can bring some over after KVK. I haven't got any passports here. Oh no, I've got 5. But I sold all my shit in the shop. I get confused between accounts. I sold, so I've got enough for the 23 passports there. So that's 28 passports in total. Okay, so I'll be able to move easily. Can we go and have a look at your kingdom, Mr. Lord of Loss? I will not reveal you unless you want to. That's pretty good, Viv. This'll do for now. Tell you what pissed me right off today. My good friend Tom sent me a screenshot of what he got in Esmeralda. You did preface it by saying everything else was shit. So it's my own fault. And I knew what would happen. And I saw it and I was like, come on, Greg. Don't get excited. Just look at it and say, okay, well, this is 1 week. We're not doing Esmeralda. Yeah, sadly, we did all of Esmeralda. I don't know what the square root of fuck all is, but I think it might technically be what we got. So we done 76 spins. We got bugger all. None of these. I think I got 1 of these, some of these, a lot of these. It kills me. I have not worked out. I could be definitely 17 if I just spent the gems on... I probably spent about 1 million gems on Esmeralda since I started this account. It costs 60 a time, maybe not. 700,000, no problem. Hey, Mr. Lambo! Yeah, Esmeralda robbed you blind, and I know that. And I'm 100% completely acknowledge that Esmeralda robbed you blind. I do it every single time. Every single fucking time. The dig event, I do that every single time. Ooh. Interesting, Lord. Interesting. I'll be well up for that. You're king in 4 kingdoms. Go on, show us, show us, show us. I do the dig. The dig event's this week, in it. Well, for us it is. Also, I did this morning. I was like, oh, brilliant. No one's going to beat my score, 170k. Phantom, your fucking minis beat me, I saw, which is a killer. But I'm not doing it. Like, once and out for that. It's not worth the AP. He smashed the last one of that. I don't know what I did differently. There's nothing more to do, is there, at the moment? Get your drink on. Cheers. Don't see the point in buying this. I don't think it's very good. There's the dig thing on. Ooh, the dig thing's on Friday. I'll just do that. Amy said your hair is shit. To be honest, mate, it's shit. Right now, it looks like he woke up in the bar and kept on drinking. But this is what my hair looks like. I look like a lesbian. There's nothing wrong with looking like a lesbian, because, you know, I look like a lesbian. Okay, let me add you, Lord. I'll put a link to my Discord here. Let's get you on. Lambo. I tell you what, I've always liked Mr. Lambo here for many reasons. I've enjoyed his content. I didn't enjoy fighting against him. Just seeing him swarm every single one of our flags. And that's what I was saying earlier, it wasn't just a random Ethelfled Ragnar flag. It was all Gorgo Hero with max tier equipment, all crit, all everything, max tech guy. I think I joined most of the garrisons out of curiosity more so than anything else. Sorry, I was putting my Discord in. Mm-hmm. 30 gems in the bag, baby. The drink is hitting. I don't even know why I did that. Oh, sorry, Ainz. That was my thing. That was my thing. So Ainz is from 3310, my old kingdom, who are in the mad KVK. So Ainz, tell us what's happening. Let me just find my thingamajigam. Copy. There we go. Hold on, before I do that, how close am I? I wanted to come third in this. Alright, annoyingly close. The only reason I want to come third is because you get this. And I'm a little low on them. Alright. Alright, seeing as it's so incredibly difficult to get them as a free-to-play, I will carry on grinding. New YouTuber, Kem. New YouTuber. You've been here long enough, mate. How you doing? Have you decided to come and join us yet in 31? My recruitment drive has gone into overdrive. Well, you did say that you were looking to take more deads as a kingdom. I imagine you did that rather well in the last zone fight. So we had a really good zone fight against Mr. Lambo and Stinkfuss's kingdom and Aloys' kingdom. I don't know if we got well and truly beaten. We got beaten quite significantly. I'll say that much. But it was a good fight. It was really enjoyable. It was really well spirited as well. There was not the usual crap. I tell you what, whatever you say about content. Whoopsie. Whatever you say about Lost Kingdom chat, which is now incidentally very shit, it does mean it's quite difficult to be toxic for people. So Ainz, I was going to ask you this on YouTube, but I thought I'll stream soon. I'll just have to Ainz. What was the opinion of people in the KVK about not fighting in Zone 5? Of course you are, Kem. Of course you are. All right, Mr. Lord, let me get you in. Here we are. I didn't know I had a lounge. Mr. Lord! Damn, it's not working. Mr. Lord! I can't hear him. Shit. Yes, this bastard problem. I can fix. I tell you what, Lord. Next time I do it, can we please? I will fix it next time. I can't remember what I did, but it fucks up sometimes. This. Maybe it's in settings. Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, Lord. Next time I do a stream, can you please join? I'd love to actually take you through. I love having people on the street. Oh, so we've got the entirety of 1029 here. Would love to join your kingdom, I must say. But you would never want. I'm very, very, very weak compared to you guys. But you guys, I really enjoyed fighting you. I just enjoy zero tolerance for rule violates and drama queens, which comes across loud and clear. Great kingdom. Nothing more to say. I can't. So, Lord, I can't hear a word. I can't hear you at all, and it's because of my mic. Cause I got a new one.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, that's better. That's much better.
Sorry, I forgot I had a Scarlet audio thing. I have to push the button for it to turn on.
That would make sense, right? Well, there we go. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Likewise, pretty good. So I see you're into YouTube. Are you a new YouTuber?
I've been doing it for about a year now, but I've been doing it less and less. But also try not to lose the love of it. Basically, I get drunk and stream. It's kind of...
So yeah, I can understand that.
When you're chaining and this kind of, I don't really stream the fights often because I try and concentrate. But when you're just fucking around, it's nice to just be on stream and get pissed.
Yeah, I used to do YouTube, but I decided to go on the back end of things and help out BlueStacks.
Oh, really?
So never got a contract with Lilith, but got one with BlueStacks a while back.
Oh, nice. Well, there's a few of us here who've been rewarded for rock. Myself, Mr. Lambo, we theoretically, well, we got paid recently for doing some videos, but not much. But it's nice to actually see some money coming from Lilith for once.
Yeah, instead of just taking it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it'll go straight back to them. Let's be honest. There's no drinking problem here, Tom. I'm well in control of this. That's true, Heinz. I did put a shitload of videos. So tell us about yourself, my friend. You are, well, I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, so I used to be a YouTuber. I retired about 4 years ago, and I just got tired of it. Wanted to focus more on building the community, and I just couldn't be a king and do YouTube at the same time. As you well know, it's way too hard.
Being a king is a full-time job without any money.
Yeah, it's even worse if you have it.
Yeah.
But I found that other kings actually started reaching out to me asking for help and advice in managing their kingdoms because, unfortunately, there's been a lack in player base, whether it be restrictions of where people can play, how they can play, etc. So I started building more and more accounts to go out to other kingdoms and help them either raise their power, lower their power, or help them not just have bad leadership. Because a lot of these kingdoms, let's be real, there's no book on how to be a king. So you really just gotta wing it.
Oh, I was so shit at the beginning. I'm still pretty shit, but I was so unbelievably bad at the beginning. It was it's hard.
Well, I don't think that you were bad. I think that there were just too many people aspiring to do what you're doing.
Yeah, no, I was bad. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like it's a very thankless task.
Well, until you get the right people, because there's a lot of people that are very grateful for what you do as a king. You just got to give them the opportunity to be a leader and show themselves. Because a lot of people are terrified of being zeroed and reset. Because let's be real, a lot of time and money put into this game.
Very true. Very true. So you were saying, so do you mind telling us what kingdoms your kings are, and also your name? Nice to meet you.
Likewise, I go by Lou.
Hey, Lou.
But I'm in 4 different kingdoms right now. They asked they not be revealed in the past. I'm currently in the kingdom of 3089, a full-on Kim Jong-un dictatorship.
Let's have a look. Let's go and have a look then. I'll get out my screen.
Yeah. This kingdom's actually been through about 6 different kings, and I'm not even kidding on that. I was invited here in their KVK 2 because they were run currently by Vietnam and a few others, and they just failed after failed after failed. And they had so many civil wars, so eventually I got invited in, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do this right. So I brought all my accounts in here and decided to just zero everyone that wasn't a decent human being. So I just zeroed them. I was like, there's no negotiations, there's no time. I'm zeroing everyone. Even though I gave them a little bit of time, I gave them like, hey, here's this, here's a month. Everyone in Zone 1 has been zeroed.
Oh,
All alliances, all forts, we went from C seed to D seed.
So everyone in... Oh, I suppose you're not victorious. Everyone out here is effectively, maybe not a rogue, but an unwelcome person.
So we have a few keyboard warriors. I-87 is our the last remaining guys, but they're so weak and so drained. I left one of my 16 mil farms in Zone 1, which we had them locked where T-Lab is. They couldn't even zero. They had like 21k troops left at the 55 mil. He couldn't even zero a level 1 Zenobia. It was hilarious.
So is this like a proper Civil War haven, in a sense? There's always Civil War.
In a sense, I mean, we make it well known that if you are going to make trouble for our family, our friends, or you're just not going to be a decent person, we will zero you. A lot of these kingdoms, they hide behind, oh, it has to be approved by council, it has to be voted on. No, there's none of that. If you make trouble and you make drama, you're going to be kicked out.
I can see Einzo going. Check second. Big man Eins in the chat. You got an Eins in there. So, okay, so proper dictator. Has it worked then? Has DC been successful?
So it's worked very well. We've done 2 KVKs. Last KVK, one of our campmates literally migrated out before the passes opened, and we had the notorious Luna in our camp. If you don't know who Luna is, she is a self-feeder at like 55.
Oh shit! Points. I was in that chat with her. Is she the one? Yeah, she's the Korean name, about 230 million power. She just fed herself like last week or something, wasn't it? She just bought shitloads of accounts and ran them into a city.
Yeah, so what happened was she started like doing Diplo without us like talking to other kings that were in the camp. And I straight up said, hey, look, I don't care who you are, how much money you got, you're going to involve all of us. And she's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I was like, all right, well, then I'll zero you. And she came in and a bunch of her crew came in, good people there. So if you can recruit someone like Wolf or someone from their kingdom, amazing people. But she stayed out of KVK. We've done 2 KVKs. It's a rebuild progress. We've had our second KVK where all of our allies just betrayed us because they wanted to get back. Because the first KVK, they were in this KVK. Thanks, Lilith.
Well, they were in what? Sorry.
Our last KVK, they took our allies from us, and we defended when the passes opened, and they attacked us at Kingsland opening. We defended for about 3 days. Then in this KVK, the same people were in our KVK. I was like, why, Lilith? Why would you do this?
It's quite funny, actually. That's proper Lilith, isn't it? Oh, you had a problem
Heinz
with these guys?
Algone. I know you. You used to be you were with what's his name in 3057.
Yeah, you did go from there, didn't you? Ironsy is so Irons was in well, he's in 3310 with me. He's my idol in the game.
He literally left 3057 to go there when it was going in, and then 3057 was a complete. I don't know if I can curse on here. It was not the best thing.
Yeah. Curse. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, Frost. He's a whole new thing. He's got some toxic people in there, and he had some peoples actually go after one of my accounts and try to hack into him.
Let's have a look at 3057 then. Kingdom Espenmella. Nordic Blue, the king.
It's died off completely. They got a dude in there named French Toast, who is the most toxic POS that you've ever met. I'm glad you didn't come back, Heinz, because it got worse.
This is what I like about Rock. I like the small world feel. It's a nice little community. I mean, we saw Tom gifting subs earlier. Tom, I've been to his wedding. He's a lovely chap. Vivi here. I've met Vivi several times in real life. I love that about Rock. You seem to get the right sort of people, apart from French Toast, apparently. Here we go. French Toast.
I actually liked. She was probably the most logical person. Log's an interesting person. I don't have anything bad to say again, but she made it very difficult for me to do what I needed to do.
So, Ines, was this where you were with
yeah, that's where he was.
Oh,
he left there as I joined.
Small world, right? I love that. So what? So I'm gonna use your consulting skills. I'll go to 3031. So we luckily won a few KVKs. We did all right, but we were very bloated. We were AC'd with poor fighters. So if I'm honest, I was just waiting for an excuse to get rid of a load of people, because it's difficult to say. Like, for instance, we had one KVK. We had so little fighting that it felt awful to say, "Oh, sorry guys, you got to go," because I knew there wasn't much chance. So as soon as we had a tough one, it was a good opportunity. So we've lost a load of power now. And we're now firmly CC'd. I don't know when to start recruiting people. Do you think there's a right time for it?
Yes, there's a time and a place for everything. What you really need to do is first identify the people. No, don't look at their power. I think that's where most people make a mistake. You need to look at their activity. Even if they're not a good fighter, let's say they're a bad fighter and they're not good at what they do, you need to talk to them and say, "Hey, I noticed you didn't perform too well this KVK. Is there anything I can help you with?" Because maybe they're struggling. Maybe they don't know who to talk to. A lot of these people are afraid because they don't want to get zeroed and kicked out. And realistically, that's what's going to end up happening. But it's our job as leaders to say, "Hey, look, we need to give them the right tools and opportunity to actually learn and grow." Yes, you can do the "I'm going to zero you and leave," but if you want to do it politically correct, send a King's Mail saying, "Hey, we have the numbers of everyone that's been fighting, and a lot of people haven't been performing well. You know who you are. And I don't even have killer dead quotas, because I think it's not the right way. We go by each individual stats. Whoever shows up and whoever is active at the time, I don't care if they're a 20 million player with 50 million kills. If they're filling that flag, they're doing the kingdom a service."
That is a very fair point. I'm scrolling up to try and find someone who I did kick out the kingdom, hasn't left yet. He's a really nice chap. He's one of the worst players of Rock I've seen for a long time. But he's so active and he's so nice, and I felt terrible getting rid of him.
So let's take him for example, right? And full disclosure, we're not here to bully people.
No, he's a lovely. I feel terrible about this. He's a really nice man.
So what you need to do then is, instead of kicking him out, if he has really high activity, put him in a sub-alliance that you're looking to grow credits, because one, they're going to need to migrate. They're probably a low spender. They can't afford to buy passports. Put them where they can be useful for what they're good at. So, plus as a king, you now have the opportunity to give people what's called vacation passes.
That is fantastic.
You can use it for people that have super high activity. They can build credits for you and build flags because that's super important in KVK.
The one thing I've hey, Mr. Impossible, sorry, I'm trying to keep abreast of the chat. Yeah, Eins, that we've had I think we've lost about 6 billion power, and once these accounts all go to sleep as well. This is a sleeper account now. We have lost mad power. On this front, I will say that since we had such a big drop of everything, we used to get a lot of chests outside of KVK. We don't get them anymore. The lack of activity is quite startling now. It's difficult.
Here's what you really need to do. One, to get the free passports for your players to go out, you have to have 100 players in your city, in your alliance. If you don't, you're not going to get the free passport. That's number one.
I didn't know that. Right, interesting. Okay, well, we haven't.
I didn't either. I had no idea. That's the most important thing. The second thing is, since I guess the cat's out of the bag, let's take a look at my kingdom.
3089. Sure, let me just make sure I'm chaining. Always be chaining ABC. 3089.
So to give you an idea, when I took over this kingdom, it was about 11 billion power. Now, if you look at the main alliance, we're not even at 4 billion power.
Yeah, this is why when we spoke earlier, I was like, dude, I genuinely thought you were leader of the second alliance when I saw you. I thought, how's he accepted him? They haven't got 4 billion power main alliance, but yeah, you really do.
Yeah, so the way it works is I'm actually R5 of all alliances of all shells.
Yes.
The reason being is, one, the dictatorship works. If they have nowhere to go and to hide, they have nowhere to play Arc, they have nowhere to build credits, they will eventually get tired of it and leave.
That's what we've done in 31. The logic is just like make it so unenjoyable and so difficult that it's just easier to leave.
It is, and I hate doing that, but at the end of the day, some of these people, they just don't get it.
Yeah. Amen.
But what you need to do is just utilize it. You need to find really good officers that can help you. And I know a lot of kings out there are going to hate me for this, but you got to trust them. I never rotate king, ever, especially after what happened with Frosty.
So what happened with Frosty?
Long story short, he tried to become me and copy me, and it failed. His kingdom's now dead.
Fair enough. I'm just looking through all your. Yeah, there are a lot of very low power shells. You've really kicked out. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's
So
really
if
successful.
You do it in phases. You send a king's mail and say, hey, look, everyone, we're going to be reducing the kingdom power, and you go by zone. That way they'll start moving. You say, hey, everyone in this zone, burn everything. You are free to burn and pillage. Your warriors are going to love it. Even your free-to-play are going to love it because that means they can get ahead and get some more resources, and you don't lose the power. You just got to make sure you do it right, and people aren't just swarming stuff because you don't want them to lose power too much. But by doing that, they'll drop a little bit of power. All of those people will be zeroed. You'll go from one seed to another just like that overnight.
We have dropped from A to C, which is I never thought we'd be able to do. It's great to see.
So my advice would be when Tides of War comes up, take that. It's a good recovery KVK. Do that for at least 2 or 3 KVKs. As soon as Tide comes up, doesn't matter how many skips, just take it.
Okay. We just did Tides. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yep, it doesn't matter with your seed or anything. The only thing that matters, and this is what most people don't get, is the City Hall 25. That's what will make or break your kingdom. In my kingdom, we have a rule. If you have a City Hall 25, you have to play with it on Siege. So go take a look at my Lost Temple and go northeast like half a screen.
Let's have a goosey goose. Lost Temple northeast. We've got plenty of kings in the chat. So we've got Bot, we've got Lambo and Stinkfuss who Rosquito share it all. So I always like getting the insights from people who know the shit. So we got Lost Temple here ish.
We also got to remember A seeds and Imperiums are managed completely different than C and Ds.
A very good point. Okay, I'm northeast a bit.
Okay, look, you'll see a giant cluster of cities. Look around the Lost Temple. You see a whole bunch of cities in one spot.
Yeah, it would help if I'm at the Lost Temple window. Okay. Yes, yeah, I see them all. Like the Polizzi, Fiori, Mendrum, Coffin 4.
Most of those are me or my friends. Um, the way you work with this is you want to make sure that everyone is filling that for you. And that's the biggest way to build credits. If you go slightly south, just a little bit, you'll see we're building forts. We just recruited him. We're mostly a Polish or EU kingdom.
Okay.
That right there is generating us about 10 million credits or so every few days.
That's where we are struggling at the moment, the credit side of thing. I hadn't really factored that in.
So, Ines, to answer your question, they're the same person. Uh, Frosty bought a whole bunch of accounts and tried to pretend to be different people, and that's what he was doing. They're all him. Thor is inactive. A few others are inactive. It was just one dude trying to be big. But what you want to do is you want to get all the people. Like I said, even if they're free to play, you look at some of the people you just popped up. They may not have the fighting capability, but they can fill flags and they can build credits. That dude's inactive. We've also got people that can't fight. What we do is we say, hey, build siege towers. It's the most underutilized tactic you could ever imagine. I was smacking whales with accounts that were 15 million power in like level 1 tech.
As in the siege towers, as in...
Well, I'll pull one out of the city for you real quick.
Which city are we looking at?
Look at any of them that have the name Coffin.
Okay. Here, I'm around Coffin 4.
Alright, let me switch to that one real quick. One sec.
Yeah, 10 million every 2 days is pretty wild. That has been the big downside of culling everyone. Credits are hard. We were thinking of just going from alliance to alliance with the whole kingdom just to start getting it up.
No. So what you need, you want to get your main alliance to at least 100 million power. Or, well, sorry. Main alliance credits to 100 million.
Okay.
Then what you want to do is get a shell alliance. So what you want to do is when it comes to the shells, you see how mine in Zone 1 T-Lab, that's the only zone that it's in?
I'm just looking for T-Lab. Yeah,
Top left, Zone 1.
Perfect. The orange one. Yeah. So I see it.
Okay, so that's where all people from KVK will go back to. That's where someone will go if you banish them. You see how I'm touching every single corner with T-Lab?
Oh, yes, I do.
So the idea that I'm doing is I'm going to make that alliance free to join and open for all people to join. So that way, let's say we have rogues, right? Let's say they want to make some drama and fight back. Well, they'll be free to join it. And when I place that fortress in KVK, they can't get into Zone 3. And that's what all kings worry about, is trolls and rogues getting into Zone 3. So I'm going to be filling up that entire zone with T-Lab and other empty shell alliances and using it in KVK. So if they want to come fight in KVK, they can.
That's an interesting different take. Completely different take to how I do it. So I'm going to show you quickly 3031. So I own all the shells, but they all... Let's take this one as an example. This one probably has 2 fort drops left. We used a few fort drops last KVK, and it doesn't accumulate credits. Well, it does, but very slowly, like too slowly.
And just to point out what Kem said, yes, it has to be a center fortress, not an alliance fortress.
As in the...
To build credits. So you want to have your alliance fortress in Zone 3, and you slow build center fortresses, because they only take 750,000 credits, instead of an alliance fortress, which is millions.
Right. That's something we definitely haven't been doing. Okay, I see the issue would be... I just do flags. I just delete a flag, and then we build a new flag.
Yes, we did that for the longest time, but it wasn't generating enough credits. This one, it generates more than enough. Especially if you have a fully filled kingdom. Oh my god. But back to your whole siege tower thing.
Yeah, sorry, I'll come back to 3089.
you don't need it to be good. I have it at 5511 for Margaret Cordova. It's a very minimalistic investment.
I've never done Siege. I keep thinking I'm going to try it, and I keep eschewing it.
Now, what I would say is this: tell people to start saving and don't invest because there's a new one coming out in December. So you don't want them to invest in it and then get mad at you for not waiting a couple weeks.
This is one of my issues with Siege is there are so few commanders. So when the new one comes, it's probably just how like Belisarius is different to Huo. The new Siege will probably be just better than Margaret, right? So if you put anything in Margaret, you're fucked.
Here, let me demonstrate for you. I'll send my king account to that location that you're looking at now.
Okay.
And then I'll have all the siege drop tag, and they'll attack it with no tech, and watch how it actually does decent.
Okay, brilliant. I'm gonna restart the client because it's fucking up. But I will come back to this exact spot. Sorry, it's literally rocking it. Interesting what Kem says about ranged attack is good for non-fighters, bad for real fighters. I think my girlfriend plays in a sense, and I'm trying to make her go down the siege route because it's easy to get kill points, right? You just sit there.
No, so they have to have war frenzy, but then they will auto attack. I would actually encourage actual fighters to have it as well. Give me 1 sec. I normally don't fight on this account. Hold on.
No worries. I'm just coming back to the position now. Hey, P-Min, how you doing, mate? Been a bloody while. My Derby friend. We are learning about Siege. Well, I'm learning about Siege. Yeah, but I saw Chiz's one of his recent videos about Siege being the 7th March. I can get behind it. Here we go. We're watching a live demonstration of Siege.
Are you talking about Chizgul?
Yeah. I'm all about it. I'm all about War
I would
Daddy
say this: don't take anything from Chizgul.
Everyone says that. I thought he's good.
I would say that publicly. Chizgul, you know nothing about what you're talking about. I'll just say it. Lord of Law says, Chizgul, you know nothing. How about that?
You've been on the fence there. I love. Yeah, Kem's got rule 2. Rule 1 was Kem's always right. Rule 2 is ignore Chizgul and Omniarch. I really like. Have you watched War Daddy Chad? He is superb.
If you actually look at one of my oldest videos, Omniarch was in my kingdom, and he learned YouTube from me.
No way! Okay, so what? Do you still have your YouTube account?
I haven't posted in like 4 years because I just didn't see the need for it.
Fair enough. Nice. I got a new job recently, and it becomes difficult to find the time.
I'm sending the marches there now.
Have a look. Oh god, I found your old stuff.
Don't look, it's embarrassing. Okay.
I'll watch this.
Let's
have a look. Okay, we've got the stuff, so I can see.
So the idea is this, right? If you have a player that, let's say, I'm not going to classify myself as a Kraken, but if you have someone that's a decent player or is invested into it, then they'll even have a hard time because you're ranged. Anything that gets attacked is going to be at a distance. So 90% of the time, if they're smart, where did I put my other city? I just moved these to 0 sum the other day. You don't need to do anything. Like, fighters can literally do this and fight with their main march, and the ballistas will target whoever they're targeting.
Do you have to have the critical mass of several of them? Because I never struggle against one ranged unit. When there's like 8 of them in a row, it starts to add up quickly.
So that's why I'm telling people if they want to have a farm account in the kingdom, they have to have Siege. If they don't, then it's not worth it. And that actually brings people to the attention of, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I don't need this account.
What tier are they using for Siege for all these coffins here?
Purple. Is just purple gear.
Sorry, what is it? Tier 4 units?
Yeah, all these are tier 4, and you can actually use T1 and T4 mixed. It actually pisses off the whales quite a bit when they get T1s on their kill cards.
Exactly what I was just thinking. It would piss me. I hate tier 1 kills. I traded for one of my first KVKs, and I regret it so much. I don't swarm cities if they're if they have any concentration of tier 1. Right, let's see.
Look, I'm attacking it,
Okay.
and then these will all trigger if they have War Frenzy. Now it's making me a liar because I didn't pick the other ones. Thanks. Thanks, Olaf.
So what's the active skill? 2386.
I don't know why they're not triggering.
I'm interested in watching what. So let's have a look. So this is a 34 million account versus a 94 million account. Okay, here we go. Here we go. They're coming.
Now just doing this, nothing at all. Like murder balls will go back and forth, right? They're farms, so what does it matter, right? If you get positive or negative trades. This whole time, I'm probably going to be getting swarmed by fighters or other stuff, and 3 farms are making this much damage on me.
This is a good point. This is difficult to argue with.
And look, and even if I attack it, right? It's a farm. 2, it's not even taking that much damage considering its expertise, Liu and William.
And I guess if you're going to attack them in a battle scenario, you are going through a murder ball to do this.
Right. You definitely don't want to have them out alone, and I promise you whales will focus you if they see this. But if you're in a murder ball, this works amazing.
So, Mr. Min and Mr. Kem, you're behind this as well, because I've always viewed Siege as something I need to spend more time investing in and thinking about in the future, and the future never seems to come. This is quite compelling evidence, though, that 3 farms are taking down a main march.
Realistically, the requirement for people to come to the kingdom is you can have 1 city, and you can have as many farms under City Hall 25 as you like. But if it's City Hall 25, it has to contribute in KVK, whether it be filling flags or siege. Because let's be real, some people are going to run out of speed ups, resources, right? So they're like, oh, that's it, I'm done, I can't fight. No, they can either A, have the farm on a separate email, or B, they can fight with that when they're done with it. And some whales even will have this. Imagine a whale that maxes all their tech, right? Why not have a siege? You have to max all the siege tech anyways.
Yeah, you do, don't you, to have anything useful. There was a guy, Hines, if you're still here, hello Mr. Kong, by the way, and Mr. Sly. There was a guy in 3310, can't remember the name, he was using siege in the runes fight, and he was only let's say an account which is about my age, so about 500 days. He was getting about 70 million kill points every rune fight, and he was showing me his gear. It was just, it was maybe 2 gold bits and the rest purple. It just seemed quite mad to me how well he was doing. So am I sleeping on siege? Is siege just the new, like, all jokes aside, siege is the new meta in a sense?
Yes and no. It is the meta support build. Back in the day, people would do like Trajan to support or something, but they recently added the new King skill that actually debuffs range.
Yes.
But with the new commander coming out, it actually has a skill bonus buff as well. So if you think about Gonzola or the new commander Gonzola, it does an AoE hit. You're not counterattacking everyone you're hitting, just the main target. So that spell AoE is what gives you the most sevs. So if you really want to just up your game, get everyone to start doing this. The dig event is the way to get gear.
Yes. You only need purple then?
Correct. On some of them I have legendary, but...
Oh, thanks for the donation, Mr. Lambo. The whale of 29. Siege is very situational. I myself wouldn't use it in a big fight. Our murderfalls don't go back and forth long enough. That's interesting. So, just to show everyone, Mr. Lambo's...
He's Empyrean, though, right?
No, I believe it's C-Seed or D. I'll show you his... find it, 'cause I've got stupid hands. Here is his
He
quality.
is right though. It is very situational. Like when passes first open, you're not going to be using siege marches. You're only going to be using it at established fighting points and ruins. Ruins are the biggest
Yeah,
way
yeah,
to
yeah.
win.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Ruins and siege makes good sense to me, especially if you have
Oh,
control of the ruins. It's difficult to like a few times I've had the siege march trying to get out of the
if
way of
you're
people doing their
if you're lucky
race
enough
against
to get
time.
a river section, like where people
Oh
are
yeah.
like funneled into one spot, they will never pass you.
Sly, you're not a big fan of our new boys KB and Ares. They seem lovely. It's one man's trash and another man's treasure. We had a river in one of our KVKs a while back, and it it was so debilitating. Just I was doing the rallies, having to go round the river where they just got absolutely slaughtered on the way. It felt very overpowered.
The one big thing I want to mention though, you sorry, push to talk. The one thing I wanted to mention is like I wanted to give a big shout out to one of my officers.
Go for
Like
it.
without my crew, it wouldn't be possible.
Who in particular? Let's kind of a look.
Yeah. So if you look at my R4s, Coco is, how do I say this? She without her, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing. Everything is dedicated to your officers. If you don't have good officers, then you're nothing. You're just a person. Uh, Coco is the one that helps manage things. Like if I'm busy, we're heavy on Discord. They message me and then they take care of everything. Uh, and I swear, if any of you guys try to recruit them, I'm gonna be mad.
It's funny you say that. We have someone in 31 whose stats are good. She is the greatest member of the kingdom in ever. Like her being there. Her name is Rosie. She's lovely in real life as well. I'll share and give her a big shout out as well. She is the most wonderful person. Like she gets absolutely everything done. She manages everything and all the migrations out, everything in. She's just top person. It's true that you are only as strong as the people you have around you, right?
100%.
We've got Mist as well. Fantastic. She gets some stick because she's in Oz, and when it's fighting time, it's difficult for her to do sometimes because it's like 3 a.m. But the amount of stuff she does to the kingdom, it's amazing.
That's why we don't do kill or dead quotas, because every person is good at their own little situation, if they will. Whether it be they be in a different time zone, they got family, kids, whatever they're dealing with. You don't want to say, "Oh yeah, I have the best officer in the world," but they're different time zone, they're not working, so by rules, we have to kick them out. It makes no sense.
Yeah, we were having a discussion about this today, actually, about how we assign king chests. And
Nines, ha 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 ha.
And I completely agree. There is an element of basically it's sort of the intangibles of rock, whereas kill points are a really good tangible sign of value. And I agree, for the most part, someone with high kill points is theoretically of more use than someone with low ones, because it means they have more to do. They contribute more to fighting, but not hard and fast. There's so many intangible benefits some people provide, which is like we've got a guy who just does territory. Every KVK just does a territory plan. Doesn't do much else, but he does it so well, and no one else would ever do it. It's worth its weight in gold.
I agree. I recruited someone from Whip, Watch It Burn, and they had, I think, 8 billion kill points, and I was like, wow, you could really bring something to the table. I invited him here, and the dude was complete. So I was like, hey, look, man, this has got to change. I told him, like, over time, you can't keep doing this. And he's like, oh, I'm that big guy. I can do whatever I want. And I kicked him. I was like, try it. He migrated within 20 minutes. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How you can easily focus too much on the kill. But I've gone back to 31 again. I'll show you if you look at our top kills, which are very low actually compared to other kingdoms of our size. This guy can't play the game. He bought the account. You look at that and think, oh wow, this guy's great. Look. This guy can't play the game, bought the account. Account looks great.
Actually, I'd say he's a low spender.
Well, what they just bought basically they bought the account and they had no idea what to do, which was
you know how to read the governor ID and the age, right?
Yeah, I didn't at this time. This is when I was a bad king, so I just thought, oh brilliant, this guy's got 80 million power, 4 billion kill points, he must be good, yay. Now
you've been watching too many TikToks.
Yeah, pretty much. We have here are our new guys. We're chatting here, Mr. KB Groot and Miss Aries. I believe they'll be fantastic additions. But Sly's not a big fan. So we have quite low kill points on a whole, but we are very weighed towards new IDs. We don't have many old players in our account. The ones we do.
You want to know a little trick?
Go for it.
So high kill points actually makes you put in higher matchmaking KVKs. Also, you see on my kingdom how I had a fortress right next to the Lost Temple that was just empty?
Yes.
Well, we're going to be registering with that alliance next time because a little birdie told me, I can't say who, but they said that if I register with a Shell alliance, I'll actually get like a fresh start, clean slate KVK matchmaking. It'll still get everyone else in KVK because it goes by power, city hall level, kill points, helps, and time zones. So if you still do it with a farm or Shell, they'll still get registered, but it'll be a fresh Shell alliance.
What? So if I let's pick. So here we go. We've got one. Here we go. Here's a Shell which has nothing really. So if we all register in this Shell, we will get better matchmaking effectively.
No, because it's Lilith.
Hey, wank.
In all fairness, but no, I can't remember which kingdom told me this, but they were one of the Imperiums. They said they'll have a Shell, they'll use it, they'll hold Lost Temple, they'll register for KVK, because that will pull the players. They don't even have to join it. You could have one person in there, which is the best if it's next to Lost Temple, so you don't lose leadership. And then just smack it, register for it, and then everyone else will still be registered because it's based on top power and top kills. It's top, correct me if I'm wrong, other kings, it's top 500 players, I believe.
I thought it was everyone was CH25.
Oh no, it's 800, I think. I think it's top 800.
Oh yeah, you got the domain thing,
25.
yeah.
So what alliance they're in doesn't matter. Shoot, some of my rogues are still registered to it.
I saw the new email today. It's interesting what you say, Irons, as well, about Irons and Touch Me being two of the strongest rally garrisons I've ever seen. Kill points don't really matter when you're a rally garrison, right? It's God, don't look at that. What am I looking for? Yes, system.
Yeah, so when you're a garrison leader, you usually don't get the best trades when it comes to kill points.
You are fighting against their strongest player constantly. That's all you're doing.
Correct.
So players, so exactly what do you think this means? I was trying to work it out today. It places greater weight in a government's recent combat performance in Season of Conquest, does not factor in troop power. Instead, the primary parameter for assessing a governor's strength will be the overall upgrades development. That I didn't understand. Upgrades development.
So always ignore whatever email they're saying, hey, this is the new update.
Yeah, that's kind of how I just looking at it.
What you really want to do is get some of the guys that have SVIP or VIP Plus chat and just ask Lilith.
So I have that, and I've asked them loads of questions in the past. Basically, I have learned that Lilith VIP chat doesn't really understand anything.
Okay, so the way VIP chat works, I'm sure I'm going to get some heat for this. There's different tiers in different regions. So, like, you'll have Julius Caesar, you'll have Saladin, you'll have a few others, right? Those are regular chat. It has nothing to do with VIP. It's a mask. It's fake. When you get into Martell VIP, that's when it actually is developers. Now, sometimes the devs will pop onto the other chat if you talk to them enough, but 90% of the time they're on the Martell VIP chat.
Okay, right. I hear a lot of people whinging about Martell being strict. I never really understood until I realized.
So yes and no. You're not really supposed to talk about it. You're not supposed to share it. I don't have it, quote unquote, so I don't know anything about it.
Got you. So you can't miss. So Charles VIP chat. Let's go. They give you this. Is so I agree with Lambo here. Also, Lambo, what you say about the interviews is I've found since I actually talk. I only talk on Discord, but since I actually type and speak to people and get to know them before they join, the success rate has been much better. So I can see why interviews would be a lot better. So I'm in the normal VIP chat as well. I've never been invited to higher levels. I do have the creator Discord, which I find very good. It doesn't give you much. Like you get a load of information. The only downside is you have to sign an NDA to be in it. So theoretically can't.
Yeah. So I never signed that. But I do know about it because Chisgul tried to get sponsored with BlueStacks and he failed.
I bet that went down well.
But I digress. So VIP chat, you get invited at VIP 15. It's automatic. It's sent by the game. SVIP and Martell is also automatic. That is based on your standing in the game. It's also based on your VIP 18, as well as if you've had any issues, complaints, or violations. So even if you get VIP 18, it's not going to just go boom, you're invited.
Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Right. So it's more discretionary.
No, it's more of you have to have the I can't curse on here, so I'll say the FU money. If you don't have that, don't even try.
Okay, fair enough. I like that. Okay. I always thought I was a big spender in Rock. Well, I didn't. I thought I spent a bit. And then I was watching Chad stream recently. I was like, fucking hell. What's going on here? Like, how am I supposed to compete with this ever?
You can't. You won't.
Yeah.
Don't try.
Yeah, exactly right. This is why I'm so happy to not be in. So Irons and Bart and everyone are in 3-3-1. I'm sure you know they're in the massive KVK at the moment. And we were having a chat in one of my. I've got a UK chat group with a load of people from the UK. We chat a lot. They're good people. We were saying 3-3-10 is a great kingdom. It really is. It's one of the strongest new kingdoms in the game. Probably is the strongest new kingdom, but it can't compete with those guys. With 2-3-7-7. Like, have you seen their KVK, their pre-KVK stuff? Have you seen their spends? They must have spent $500,000 pre-KVK. They're just going to swarm every single flag in Kingsland, right? So, how do you compete with that?
Simple. You just you burn their wallets.
Yeah, but that's true, and that makes perfect sense. But let's say you're fighting Elon Musk. You're not, but you're fighting someone who has resources like that. You can't burn their wallets.
Well, yes and no. You have to remember, if they're like that, they have other commitments and they're busy. So even though they may have pilots, which I still think that shouldn't be allowed, they have other things they have to do. So you need to figure out what time are they active. And honestly, this is going to sound horrible. Stop fighting them.
This is what 3-3-10 have done. I think it's smart. You just
bore them out.
Yeah, you haven't fought in Zone 5. You obviously you'd have lost, not because you're in any way weak. 3-3-10 is incredibly strong, but you're fighting these guys. Like, look at them. They're mad.
Well, you see, that's why you don't even try it. You just build flag on flag on flag on flag. I can't believe I'm going to say this. Chisgul made a good video about KDK where they did. Yeah, I'm trying. It was hard to spit that out. Where he did sports where they walled it up. So if you just build flag behind flag behind flag, eventually they're going to have their off time. Then you just push back.
But how do you? So I'm gonna. Where is it? Here we go. Mr. Hope, for instance. Obviously, nothing exciting. Saying Mr. Hope's good. Yeah, we all know that. But how do you push back against him? He's got. He's got 2 billion power. As long as he's got pilots, and let's be honest, the man can spend enough money to get 2.17 billion power. He has pilots.
Don't forget his son.
Is that Mr. Lion? I can't remember.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, he got Sir Angry. I know that guy's a lovely chap.
Well, you see, with people like them, they just want to have fun. It's not really about, I'm going to look at me, I'm the biggest guy. They're actually, you'll find people like Mr. Hope and Lion are actually really humble and kind.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, because why wouldn't you be when you're Clearly, they're incredibly wealthy individuals. I love that they're both same as well. So what? How you can't outlast them because
No.
I mean
The best thing you can do, and I'm going to say I'm sorry to Mr. Hope and Lion for saying this. If I doubt they'll ever see this, but you just got to focus them. Even though it's going to hurt, just throw troops at them. And eventually, they're going to get bad trades.
But I agree. Eventually, I imagine most. Like I've seen Bava's trades. Bava's trades aren't that good most of the time,
Okay,
but
so
it doesn't matter.
first I'll say this. I'll say it publicly. I have respect for Baba, so please try not to bash him. That's all I ask. He's not actually playing anymore. It's his son.
Well, he's in 3-3-10 right now. Irons with you guys.
But it's his son playing.
Okay, right. Fair dues. But so it's a similar thing. Like my point being, if you have enough money, your trades don't matter because you can just keep throwing troops.
Wait, was that Cyborg?
Where? What in 2377?
I think you just clicked on. He had like a Gangnam profile picture.
If it's the one with 430 million power, I think so.
Oh, so we actually fought back for once.
So what are the, so we got? But Irons, we did beat 08. 08 had far more money than us, but the differential between 08 and I mean, look, who else we got? We got 17-18's mental strong as well. I mean, let's just go to the map. It's just a license to print money for Lilith, this KVK. It's smart. Good for them. But watching, I watched a few fights in this zone here. Or basically the zone where they was fighting. There we go. And I know that, what's it called? The Chiz Kingdom 34 are an Imperium and a very strong one, wherever they are. But my god, I didn't think they'd win so easily, so quickly.
Well, you gotta remember, a lot of people only follow Chizgul because they think that he's dropping golden chests every day.
Oh, is that not the case? I really, really don't know.
No. It's mostly other people. If he was really dropping golden chests every day, why would he be seeking out another sponsorship?
Yeah, fair enough. Money's nice though. Money's just nice in general.
That's very true.
I will say, well, when I first started playing Rock, I watched a load of Chiz videos. I like them. I think they're really good. I don't really watch Rock videos. I'll be honest. I watch other games.
I miss Ronnie. He was always like a gentle, kindred spirit. I know there's haters everywhere. Everyone hates us at some point. You'll find someone that's never met you that hates you for whatever reason. But wow, no, Ronnie, very kind, kindred spirit. I miss him.
I can see why you accept Mr. Chaos now. Mr. Chaos is a nice chap.
Yeah, I couldn't care if, well, I mean, what he said in Kingdom Chat wasn't very nice, and I'm going to talk to him about that later.
Yeah, he's been nice for a while, and he's I don't know, the people turned again. It was 6 of 1, half a dozen of them. But I'm just going to restart it again because Rock. But he's a nice chap. I think being a nice chap goes a long way on this game.
Have you tried BlueStacks?
Yes, and I hate it. Sell me on BlueStacks. BlueStacks for me just makes it slow, even though...
Oh. So, I'll connect with you later and tell you how many I can run at one time. But I will say that it's based on your computer, based on your network. So you really want to have either Ethernet plugged into it, and once you just work around the settings, you can play consistently. I mean, shoot, I play on a laptop, and I can do my main and my farms with no issue.
Oh god, I've just gone on my screens. I'm waiting for this. I've got got your Genghis Khan Rock Wheel of Fortune from 4 years ago.
Okay, don't judge me on my old videos. I was not good back then.
No, but it's great. It's funny, isn't it, how Genghis Khan, I guess he's in the Rock News today as being the poster boy for the commander swap.
I don't know, with all the art updates they did with Alexander, I mean, he kind of looks like a pretty boy.
The word lesbian was what I thought. I thought YSG looks really good now. I like that. Alexander looks like a proper full-on lesbian. Cao Cao looks decent. I hate the Ethel look.
Minamoto just looks too overdone.
He just looks wrong, Minamoto, now. I don't like it. I liked how Minamoto looked. Where's Alex? Alex is proper full-on
I would have
lesbian.
to say Minamoto looks like someone was inspired by sitting on the toilet and go, Minamoto!
He's got the look in his eyes.
Yes.
I like classic art and things. I still like Civilization 2. Where's Alex?
I really wish they would bring back Richard.
So I have an expertise Richard, which I was considering trading in, but another bit of me thinks, just keep him. He's so good at path chaining. I guess they all know now. So, are you a fan of Bond films, my friend?
It depends on which one.
Interesting. So we've been watching, my girlfriend and I have been watching all the Bond films the last 2 weeks. Excuse me, we are now up to The World Is Not Enough, which is a bit of a crap one. But I used to think Roger Moore was good. I've gone off Roger Moore. Timothy Dalton's where it's at. Oh,
yeah, okay, yeah, I'll give you that.
Dalton is Chef's Kiss. Oh, you can switch them back. I didn't know you could switch the commanders back. I thought I was stuck with Lesbian Alexander forever. Oh, yeah, that's good. The Daniel Craig films, I'm looking forward to them. I think they are, despite it being new and it's not classic Bond, I think Craig's an excellent Bond.
You know, it's funny. I haven't joined a YouTube stream or really spoken up to anyone in ages. I guarantee you a whole bunch of people are going to be either A, trash talking me in game in a bit, or they're going to be migrating ults there and go, hey, let's mess with them.
I don't worry, no one watches me. We've got the same. We've got myself, you, Lambo, Irons, Risquito, Wang, P-Min. It's a small crew, and that's how I like it.
Yeah, but you see, Ainz knows 57.
Oh, yeah,
I guarantee you he's messaging them going,
mouth.
hey, guess who's trash talking you?
Irons, was 57 where you won the skin, didn't you, for K, and of course Kem as well. Where you won the skin for getting the most honor points.
Let me put it this way, Ainz was really the top fighter. They had a few other people in 57, but none of them compared. They're all really just farmers.
I know that Ainz and Touch Me when I got a man crush on Ainz when I first watched him play. I remember I voted for him for the what do you call it, like the Hall of Fame. No, everyone's voting for Dasher and Mason. I was like, no.
I actually fought them in an enemy king because I was in an enemy KVK against 57. I would watch Ainz and Touch Me go. It's so weird saying that. Go around and just smack people. They'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" Not even care. No one wanted to touch them.
No, Ainz is next level strong. Where are you, Ainzy baby? Daddy G.
So wait, Ainz isn't in your kingdom?
No, he's in 3310. I used to be in 10. Now I'm in 3303.
So Ainz, I'm recruiting. If you
if anyone's recruiting Ainz, listen, I can get in the fucking queue. That's what I'm saying. I'm
I'm a D seed. He can destroy people. You're still a C seed.
That's true.
That's happening there.
Ainz, what's happening with Mad Achilles? Because he's on both sides, isn't he, in this one? He must be in a different. Here we go. Here's Touch Me. Touch Me, and he's like Ainz as well. The stats of themselves, like, they're good. But you wouldn't expect the strength because it's all about this, all about the garrison. Yeah, this number's going to be colossal. Like, these guys can compete with anyone. Apart from, have you fought against 2956?
Can't remember. I've been playing for so long. I'm sure at some point.
It's a new. It's got Evicted and Jake from Jake the Dog Games. We just fought against them in KVK. They're only low BC. They're as strong as Eddie Kingdom without like the mental Russians. They seen their shit. Kem's asking my friend, what was the kingdom you were in with Omniarch?
Oh God, I have to go look back. If you look at my channel, I'm not trying to pull people away.
No, but I'll put a link in the chat.
It was the one where it had the cheesy kill event video. I think you might even hear me memeing a certain someone in that video.
Let's have a look. Officer.
But that was years ago. Shoot, that was literally my first year of playing. Don't judge my looks.
Listen, if your hair's less. Oh, there we go. There's one with your looks.
I was puffier then.
Are you particularly puffy at all? You got a solid. So is your beard much longer now?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You see, I'm growing my beard out, growing my hair out. Now that I actually have really good people surrounding me, like I literally don't care if I lose every single KVK from now until the end of time because I have decent people around me. I just genuinely don't care anymore.
Yeah, that is the. I think that getting the right people, playing with the right people, makes it so enjoyable.
100%. That's why it's like, I mean, I've been in the dude that you were talking to me about. I've been in his shoes to some extent. I've been rogue in more kingdoms than I can count. I've zeroed more kingdoms than I can count. Just eventually, you just want to settle down and have fun.
Well, the thing I've never understood is if someone asks, because I was asked to leave 3-3-10, like I was a little salty at first, but I also completely understood. I was like, imagine my free-to-play account fighting Mr. Hope, or like it'd be embarrassing. And I would never have the rogues taught, because my logic is if people don't want you, that's fine. Just why would you want to stay around when people don't want you? There's a couple of people we've kicked out 3031 who said, I'm sorry I was a burden. And it feels so harsh just to hear it. And it's horrible to feel that way, isn't it? You want to feel loved. You want to feel like you're with people who are happy you're there.
Yeah, to some extent, though. So, like, in my opinion, the king should be the strongest in the kingdom and should be able to zero anyone. So if you have that foundation of, hey, don't mess with him, he'll show up and zero you, then everyone else can relax because they can say, hey, look, don't make me get the king. And it works. I hate it, but it works.
I remember once saying might is right on Rock and people having a go at me, and I was like, yeah, but it is kind of true. Like, it's a fighting game. There's no implicit diplomacy in the game. There's no such thing. It's just fighting.
And yeah, if I was offered to join that kingdom with one of my cities, I probably would take it, if not to just lower my kingdom's power a little bit. But as long as you're with people that you enjoy, that's all that really matters, you know?
I'm a bit more like Kem says. I like the king being the nice guy, although I was such a nice king when I started, and I find I've been more effective since I've been a bit of a dick. Not a complete dick, because I'm still me. But I find you get taken advantage of if you're nice.
Well, see, that's the thing. You can be a mix of both. You can you set examples. That's why I burned the entire kingdom and zeroed all of the leadership except for like 2 guys. I was like, look, I'm going to set an example. We had a dude that was, I think, 200 million. And he's like, hey, you can't touch me. There's nothing you can do. I was like, look, you have 2 months to leave. Otherwise, I'm going to zero you. He's like, I'll show you. And he started taking over the alliances and attacking people. I was like, this is your last warning. Stop. And I actually wanted him to continue so he would zero himself and get rid of the dead weight. He was at 180 million, and then I just zeroed him overnight.
It's true. We had to play basically in the KVK about that level of power, and for so long we just pussyfoot around. We're like, okay, he's offline, but we can't zero him. He's got meta everything. He's so strong. Eventually, 7 rallies later, it kind of works. Like, even if you have 2 billion power, if you're offline for 12 hours, you can easily come back at nothing. It doesn't.
It's brutal.
It really is. Like, it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you are offline for a prolonged period of time, you can, if you're not king of the kingdom or leader of the alliance, you can conceivably be zeroed. That's just how it is.
That's why I don't rotate king, and I'm available 24/7 for anyone that needs me.
Interesting to not rotate kings. Have you ever rotated it? Have you rotated king and there have been, like, you regret doing it, so someone said, I'm not giving it back?
Oh, yes, actually, 3057, perfect example. It was supposed to be a shared thing. We were supposed to work together, and he grew an ego, and it's like, I'm not going to rotate it with you anymore. So I was like, you know what? Fine. So I was actually peacefully, I even moved all my accounts to Zone 2, and then they just started zeroing my friends. They attacked my brother, and I'm like, what's your problem? And I was like, look, I can make this really. I didn't even have all my accounts there. Like, I had mostly the small ones. Like, look, man, I don't know what brought this on, but just cut it out or it's going to end badly for you. And then even one of the guys I didn't like, I think his name was No Bagel. He came through and gave some of my friends some passports. I was like, hey, look, to say thank you, I'm going to give you R5 of this alliance. And I didn't do that. I could have kept it and made them suffer for it, but I didn't. That's the way it should be.
I think so too. I think it's very. I wouldn't. The best thing about being in 31 is being able to trust everyone with King, basically, like myself, Rosie, Tigger, who's got it at the moment, Phantom, Vivi, Cloud. Like, it's nice, I think, to be able to just say, because I had a rule at the beginning is that I can trust someone who's past R5. If someone's past R5, I know they're trustworthy. And obviously, as you grow to know people, it becomes less of a key thing. So you just know who's a good person and who's worth playing and trusting with. It's a scary thing though when you first do it, when you're not that experienced in the game.
Yeah, I did a jumper, and his name is the Turk Slayer. I'm sorry if you're Turkish. I don't mean to offend.
I know that guy.
Do you know Daddy Lou Zero?
No, I think he invites me to all the jumpers on Discord. I never respond, but he's just I always get spam from him basically and asking me to advertise his stuff.
No, because I did a jumper and I played with some of these people for over 2 years, right?
Yeah.
And one dude, he's like, hey, can I please have the king for my profile picture?
Oh.
I'm like, look, I'm not gonna do this, but I let him. I was like, you know what? I've known you for years. Here you go. He went and registered with Chizgul's server and pretended to be the king and was trash talking, and he actually ended up betraying the kingdom in KVK, the first KVK we took over in this kingdom, for his buddy in another kingdom.
Yeah, that's the old. Can I please just for 2 minutes so I can show up my profile? It's funny because anyone who's been king for a while knows it's shit. It's just so much work. Yeah. It's really hard. Like, I'm really happy to not be. At the beginning, it was a bit of an ego thing. It was like, yeah, I'm king, I'm great. And then you're like, oh, hold on, that just means I have to do loads of shit, and no one really says, oh, great job, mate. They're just like, oh, why haven't I got this? Why can't I? Why can't I?
Well, I say it every day. I'll even say it again. Without Coco, without Fury, without Pure Hate, without Takbir in my kingdom, I would have quit long ago. Yeah. I will publicly say I would not be a good person without them.
100%. You've got to have the right people around you. And for us, it's a little different. We do share the role a little more, but it's only because they're such, like, we didn't at the beginning, and then they were just so great to hang around with and work with that it just becomes second nature almost, like anyone taking. You very kindly always let my king know when he's not doing things right. How often do you let him know? Right?
Well, you see, that's the communication we have. I always tell them, hey, look, if I'm doing something wrong, say, hey, stop.
I used to say that, and people would tell me, and I think, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. I just like to quietly get on with it. Oh, nudity, War Duffy, you've missed the nudity. There were boobs and everything. To be honest, I'm still not able to go to the gym, so boobs are coming up, sadly, at some point.
Wait, where?
On that note, I think in the interests of getting some boobs myself, I'm going to go and see my missus for Rich. She told me to finish by 9 o'clock. I'm no fault. Logic Bank! Oh, it's beautiful to see you, mate. Albeit briefly, be honest, I'm going to be led by my penis. I'm going to go upstairs and see the missus for a while. It's been a bloody pleasure streaming. Lou, thank you for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Not at all. Next time, I hope you're here again, and let's chat in games some more.
Yeah, just message me anytime, and Discord, you can get a hold of me a lot faster.
Lovely. Everyone, it's been a bloody pleasure. I'm going to go and get some booby. I'll see you all later. Bye,
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
To the breasts. Ciao for now. Stream.